Hey y'all, it's your girl Tashondarenae, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm making sweet potato cornbread, and this recipe is absolutely delicious. So if you would like to see how I do it, please stay tuned. All right, to get started, you're gonna add 2 cups of yellow cornmeal, not cornmeal mix, but real cornmeal, to a mixing bowl. To that, you're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of sugar. Then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of baking powder and a couple pinches of salt. You're going to add a half tablespoon of ground nutmeg and about a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And then you want to mix all your dry ingredients together. You can just whisk it until it's well incorporated. All right, so once you have that mixed together, you're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of milk. And you're just going to use regular milk. I actually used 2%. There's no need for buttermilk or any other milk. Then you're going to add 1/4 cup of vegetable oil and 2 large eggs. You're going to add 1 cup of sweet potato. Now, I did boil my sweet potatoes, and to get 1 cup of sweet potato, I used 2 small sweet potatoes. So now you just want to whisk that until it's well incorporated and until it's as smooth as you can get it. I'm also going to add a stick of melted butter, but because it's still hot, I'm going to go ahead and mix this together first, and then I'll go back and add the stick of butter. All right, so now that that's well incorporated and my butter has slightly cooled, I'm going to go ahead and add that and mix it in until it's well incorporated as well. So the next step is totally optional. I wanted my cornbread to have a little more color than it has. So I am adding 1 drop of red food coloring. This is a gel food coloring. It's not going to alter the flavor of the cornbread in any kind of way. It's just going to give it a little more color, but it's totally optional. You do not have to add any food coloring to your cornbread. If you do decide to add the food coloring, just make sure to mix it in very well. You don't want streaks of color throughout your cornbread. So now you want to go ahead and add your cornbread to your baking dish. And I did spray the baking dish with Baker's Joy, as well as I did rub butter around the sides of the dish as well. I'm using an 11x7 baking dish. And the cornbread is going to be really thick. You can use a 13x9 baking dish. It won't be as thick, but it'll still be a good size. I'm just going to slightly shake the dish to smooth the cornbread out. You're going to bake the cornbread at 350 degrees in a preheated oven. You want to start checking your cornbread at about 40 minutes. A toothpick inserted in should come out clean, and that's how you're going to know when your cornbread is done. This is what mine looks like when I took it out of the oven. Now you can melt a stick of butter and pour it over your cornbread, but I'm going to make a cinnamon honey butter. It's very easy. You want to do this when your cornbread is fresh out of the oven. You're just going to melt 1 stick of butter, add a dash of cinnamon, and add about a tablespoon of honey. And if you want yours sweeter, you can add more honey, or if you want more cinnamon, you can definitely add more cinnamon. That's going to be left up to personal taste. Mix that until it's well combined, and then you're just going to drizzle that over your cornbread. And if you need to, you can use a spoon or spatula to spread it evenly across the cornbread. But y'all, that is it. This recipe is so simple and it is absolutely delicious. It does not taste like cake. If you're worried about that, it definitely still tastes like cornbread. That's why it's important to use 2 cups of the yellow cornmeal. But this is what the cornbread looks like when I cut it. I'm just going to go ahead and drizzle a little more honey on top. And like I said, y'all, it is absolutely delicious. This cornbread recipe is a must try, especially with the holidays coming up. I think your family is going to love this recipe. It's definitely giving big Thanksgiving Day energy. It is most definitely a must try. If you're interested in making the recipe, be sure to check out the description box. I'll have a list of ingredients and measurements of everything I used down there. If you have not already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you be a part of my YouTube family. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.